What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? AJ Good here at the House of Masks, where we unbox and review cool stuff almost every single day. And in today's video, we have two very special pieces to unbox, and very special Buckethead pieces at that. So, of course, I am super excited. And it's kind of funny that I'm unboxing these both in the same video because these have eluded me for so long, and then out of nowhere, they just kind of popped up in my life. So I'll tell you guys the stories as we go. We will start with the first piece. It's a little less special to me, and this was just an eBay score that I found, made an offer on, got a really good deal on, and now it is here. This isn't particularly a mask that I care about for any other reason aside for it being Buckethead. So let's go ahead and crack this one open and take a look at what we've got. Well, first up, we've got a note from Janet, and it says, "Thank you for your purchase. Hope you enjoy it." And that's very sweet, Janet, but you gotta wonder what she's thinking as she writes that note out, and this is what I've purchased from her. Because what we have here is a very creepy rendition of Michael Jackson. Yes, that is right. We have yet another Michael Jackson mask here in the Buckethead collection. And for those of you that don't know, Buckethead is actually just a massive Michael Jackson fan. You'll see that a lot, whether it's him wearing a Michael Jackson mask, of which he had a couple, dancing on stage like Michael Jackson to Michael Jackson songs, or even some of the oldest Buckethead footage available where you can see Michael Jackson posters in Buckethead's room. So I'm afraid I don't know too much about this mask. It doesn't seem to have any tags or markings, but I do know that this is the rarer out of the two masks that Buckethead wore, and this one's also the creepiest. The other one is just kind of like a caricature of Michael Jackson. This one's like straight up weird and almost like disrespectful. Definitely takes a harder shot at Michael Jackson's plastic surgery. You can see like some of his teeth hanging out right here. He's got this crazy scar, and all in all, it's just a very creepy pasta-esque mask. And like I said, this was the lesser used of the two. So, a very creepy Michael Jackson mask, oddball Buckethead piece that I've been after for quite a while, but was never actually able to track down. And funny enough, somebody offered me one last year. They just kept saying, "Hey, I want to give this to you. I've got a couple of them. I'm gonna send it in. I'm gonna send it in. I'm a big fan. I'm gonna send it in." And then they never sent it in, and also just lost contact with me, which is a very weird thing to do to somebody. I do my best to answer all messages, so I'm not just going to reply to a message that says, "Hey, I've got this, can I give it to you?" Of course, I'm not going to turn that down, but if you just wanted to say hi, we could have said hi. Instead, you got my hopes up for something and then pissed me off. So that's cool. Regardless, I've got one here now, very excited to add it to the set, and now we go on to the second box, which I am the most excited about because I've been after this one for a very long time as well, and this is a rare piece. Very stoked about this one. So we've got it in the package right here, and as we open this thing up, I have to give a couple different shout outs because this community is quite awesome. Now, first of all, we've got kind of a sad story. I was at incarceration having the time of my life, and I had terrible cell phone reception at the festival. So I couldn't get texts, I couldn't get on Facebook, I couldn't get on Instagram, nobody there could use their phone. It was pretty terrible. So I get back to the hotel room one night, and I see that I've got a text that comes through from Douglas Little, our good friend over at Drown Boy Productions, and it's a link to a very special bucket that he said, "Hey, I think you wanted one of these, right?" However, by the time I was able to click on the link when I got back to the hotel room, the bucket had sold, and when I saw what bucket it was, I was absolutely crushed. This is a bucket that I feel is going to be one of the rarest Buckethead buckets ever, because not only do most Buckethead fans not even know that Buckethead wore this bucket, but also this is one of the ones that like has absolutely no sort of special value to anyone. I don't even think that most Buckethead collectors would care about this bucket, let alone KFC collectors, because this isn't like a special edition bucket, it's not a throwback bucket, it's not a vintage bucket. It is quite literally the most random bucket that you could ever imagine. And that bucket is one of these small KFC KGC buckets, Kentucky Grilled Chicken. Now back around, I don't know, I want to say 2009-ish, when all of these restaurants were freaking out and trying to be healthier, Kentucky Fried Chicken introduced Kentucky Grilled Chicken, and they actually had full buckets of the Kentucky Grilled Chicken. Now, Buckethead was seen using this at a very popular show on YouTube. If you have seen Buckethead live, you've probably seen at least a clip from this show, and I'm assuming that maybe just a fan gave this to him and he grabbed it out of the audience and threw it over his bucket, as he does quite often. But man, I have been on patrol for these buckets, and I was super bummed out when one came up on eBay and I wasn't able to get it. Literally heartbroken. So you're probably wondering how I have it here right now. Well, I was tipped off by a friend of mine that Josh Domo, the dude that literally just bought the House of Masks and original Buckethead painting, was actually one of the people to buy them, because there were two. So I slipped into Josh's DMs and I said, hey, let me know when you're ready to flip that for a profit. And he said, you know what? I just want you to have it. So he sent it to me free of charge, and no matter how much I tried to persuade him into letting me pay him for this piece, because clearly he's already done a kind gesture for the House of Masks that was amazing, I definitely did not expect to have something like this happen. So I was trying to pay him for the bucket, trying to pay him for the shipping, trying to do whatever I could do to make it seem like I wasn't that guy, but Josh was just about it. So Josh has donated definitely the rarest Buckethead bucket in my collection, because me and the Mask Hunter at this point are the only people that have these. Tons of people have the vintage buckets, tons of people have the 90s buckets, tons of people have the Japan buckets at this point, but the Mask Hunter and I are the only ones with the KGC buckets, and I am very, very happy about this one. Who would have ever thought, when my mom was pushing me out, that one day her son would just be talking to thousands of people on YouTube about getting a KGC bucket? What is this earth? So a massive, massive thank you to Douglas Little for trying to tip me off about that. I really, really appreciate that type of stuff. And a massive, massive thank you to Josh Domo for once again donating an amazing piece to the House of Masks. Definitely could not be happier, and I can't wait to get these guys into the collection. So that is what we are going to do. As always, I'm gonna leave you guys with some nice up-close shots of these pieces, let you see all of the detail, and then we'll take them out and throw them into Buckethead land as well, and that will be that. So thank you guys very, very much for watching. I hope that you have enjoyed it, and I hope that you've learned something. And if you're unfamiliar with Buckethead, go check him out. He is the collector's dream. He is a collector just like us, and he incorporates all of his collections into his performance, and it's pretty amazing to see. So with all of that being said, let's go ahead and shut her down. This has been AJ Good here at the House of Masks, telling you to say no to drugs and alcohol and yes to Buckethead, and we will see you guys later.